This is the Callaway Ai Smoke Hybrid. And then we've got the Cleveland Halo XL Hybrid as well. With the Callaway, you have an adjustable loft sleeve and we can move the loft up 2 degrees, down 1 degree. We can have a draw setting, we can play around with that a little bit more. The Clevelands are fixed, but they're both very good clubs. Callaway is shouting about the AI Smart Face that we get in here, and that's where we get different thicknesses on the underneath of the club face. Like this here, where we can see different thicknesses in just slightly different places, just to allow that ball to come off hotter on the off-center strikes. The Callaway lineup offers the normal hybrid and the HL hybrid. So the HL has a slightly bigger head. We've got more weight back here. These are just for demonstration purposes to see the club faces and stuff. But it's definitely a bigger, more forgiving head in the HL, but I'm hitting today the AI Smoke in a number 4. I've got the Callaway in a stock shaft, which is the Cypher 2.0 60 gram 5.5, which is regular. And then I've got the Cleveland in the stock Tensai Blue regular as well, 65 grams, same weight. And the reason I'm testing these two shafts to each other is because it's generally what you'd grab them off the shelf in, but you can get custom options if you custom order from the brand. So Callaway have gone for a more traditional hybrid shape this year. Sometimes they've gone for that higher, squarer toe in previous models, but I do quite like this as it is. It feels pretty good off the face. Even in a regular shaft, it does fly very nicely. Gets a lot of height, lands nice and soft for me. If you hit the ball low already, that's going to help. If you hit the ball really high, maybe you want to look at something that launches it a bit lower, like the driving irons, but the hybrids are lovely. I've got a shot here that's a little bit tricky. I've got to get the carry to get over the water. And even when I miss strike with the Callaway, I'm still getting really nice flight. I'm still getting really good performance from that face. I like how it sits behind the ball. I like how it feels and how it sounds. That was thin, heely and horrible. Like literally right out the heel here. I'm pretty safe. I'm on the green. I'll take it. Then we go into the Cleveland. Slightly different idea behind this one. We've got the mainframe XL technology, which is to do with the structure of the head and how it deforms and reforms and produces consistent rebound off the face because that head has structure in certain places. On the sole, we've got that glider rail, so that in theory helps it guide through the turf and stay a bit straighter. I don't know how much that actually influences the ball, but they've kept it there anyway. Now with the Cleveland, I actually prefer how this looks behind the ball. I think I prefer the shape of that toe when it just sits down behind it. It hasn't got too much offset, so this doesn't stick out too much. It does look quite clean behind the ball indeed. The standard length in the Cleveland is just that little bit longer. We've got Callaway here, Cleveland here. And in the Launcher XL range of woods from Cleveland, every shaft has a weight in the top of it to counterbalance a little bit. So you've got a bit more weight this end so they can put a bit more mass in the head and play the club longer so it doesn't feel too heavy. That just allows them to get the club at a maximum length, so get more speed through the ball. But it is quite an enjoyable club. I've absolutely drop kicked that and turned it over a bit more. With the counterbalance weight in the shaft, I would expect it to draw a bit more. We'll see what the average side spin is between the two. But it comes off the face nice and easy. And I did actually hole a shot before I turned the camera on with the Cleveland hybrid, which was fun to see. Oh, I'm drop kicking it, hitting the floor early. But I suppose I am just a human and I'm on the grass. Definitely does curve quite a lot with this club. I have to work quite hard to reduce the side spin, but I know it's going to draw pretty much every time. It's delightful, it's forgiving, it's easy. So if we just have a look at the numbers here, we've got some shots with the AI Smoke, shots with the Cleveland. Averages. Average peak height, 119 with the Callaway and 113 with the Cleveland, just a little bit lower on the Cleveland. Side spin, 345 of draw spin with the Callaway, 683 draw spin with the Cleveland. I'm getting more curvature to the left. Averaging 13 yards left on the Callaway. I would expect that with the shafts I'm using. And then 21 yards left with the Cleveland. We definitely get more left bias with the Cleveland in comparison. And as we can see the dispersion rings here, we've got a bigger ring that's a little bit more left biased with the Cleveland and a bit more neutral direction wise with the Callaway. Loads more ball speed on the Callaway. That club face technology is fantastic. I did hit a few drop kicks on the floor with the Cleveland, but it's still way off. However, it's got higher launch, it's got lower spin, which allows it to keep up with the Callaway in terms of distance. But we're not too far apart at all. But considering all those data points and differences we get between the two clubs, they're a very different price point. We've got a different price here and a different price here. And those prices are literally just what I Google at this current time. But do you have a hybrid? Do you use a hybrid? Do you like them? What do you think? Are you looking at these new clubs at all? Because they are very good. If you lose the ball out to the right quite a lot, the Cleveland could be quite helpful for you. They also do the Hybrid Plus, which is a good bit of kit as well. And with the Callaway, they've got the UW Hybrid, which is just a little step up, similar way, very similar to the Highwood that Cleveland do. They've both got an alternative. These are good. Give them a bash. Tell me what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.